Hey girl, yes, you. You are seen, you are loved, and you were made for more. Created especially for teen girls, chart-topping Christian artist Ann Wilson invites you to her 40-day devotional, Hey Girl, through honest stories, scripture, and journal prompts. Ann talks about real struggles, comparison, insecurity, doubt, and faith, reminding you that God is always near and fighting for you. Hey Girl, from K-Love Books. Get your copy today at klove.com/books.
One of these men is a highly respected New York attorney, Lucas A. Ferrara. The other is a self-proclaimed man of the people, known as Mert Roberts. Their aim is to discuss the hottest issues impacting our city, state, and nation. Fasten your seatbelts. Shake it off with Mert and Lucas. Live starts now on AM 970. The Answer.
What's that one called, Alex?
All right, this is called Happy New Year by Musa Productions.
That's an interesting one. With only New Year's only days away, we thought we'd take a look back at 2025, and what a year it was, Mert. Packed with headlines, breakthroughs, scandals, plot twists, and wait, did that really happen moments? So with January 1, days away, it's time for a rapid-fire tour through the year that was, all delivered in multiple-choice form, because nothing says reflection better than a pop quiz you didn't study for. And for those of you listening in, feel free to shout out your answers, debate your friends, or quietly judge yourself in the car. No pressure, no prizes, just bragging rights and the satisfaction of knowing your memory still works. Mostly. All right, let's take a deep breath. Now, playing the game today, we have Alex Garrett, who is our engineer and producer of the show. Hello, Alex.
Hey, I'm ready for this one.
You ready? He's got a great podcast, One Leg Up with Alex Garrett. How is it doing? You got like 1 million followers?
I mean, we're almost at 54,000 downloads almost, so we're getting there.
Keep them coming. And sitting in the studio with us, we have a special guest, and I'm not talking about Mert. Yes, Mert's special, but this is our really special guest, Ashley Ferranti. Now,
hi.
You heard me mention her name many, many times. She's operates master control. She is the Mission Impossible. She is the brains behind AM 970. She makes things happen. Thank you for joining us, Ashley.
I love that. Thank you so much,
and
Lucas.
Of course, we have the Mertinator, Mert Roberts, who is, by the way, live from Texas. You still in Texas, Mert?
You don't need to be telling people where I'm at. Just keep that under wraps. You know,
you have a gun, you have a cowboy hat, you're safe, you have nothing to worry about.
I don't want to use it though. You know, you don't want to use it. You don't want to shoot somebody.
All right,
but yeah, I'm still in Texas.
Talking about shooting, let's get going. Here's question number 1. Ashley, keep score for me. Now, which event signaled one of the biggest shifts in U.S. politics in 2025? Biggest shift, U.S. politics, 2025. A, Congress abolished the Electoral College. B, a third-party candidate won the presidency. C, Donald Trump returned to the White House for a second term. D, the presidential election was postponed. Which one, folks?
That one is so easy.
Are you kidding me, Lucas? Is this supposed to be a game? What is it?
Is that a softball? You know, I'm going to go with E. Taylor Swift is president. How about that?
Oh, geez.
Taylor Swift. That is the correct answer.
Yay!
No,
Okay.
It's not. Give her a song, Alex.
Oh, it's something funny here, but okay, I'll give her a song.
Yeah, let's give her a song. All right, what's your correct answer? Come on, give me the right answer.
I'm going to go with C.
Yeah, obviously it's C.
That's Alex's C, right, Ashley?
C.
C. Embert?
See, because this is the easiest
That was a
game
softball.
so far.
Of course, I started off easy.
That was
Donald
too
Trump
easy.
returned to the White House, beginning his second term. Of course, that was the big shift. Okay, everybody got 1 point. Keep track.
Yay!
All right, so now 2. What major economic step by the Trump administration in 2025 sparked international concern and tension? A, abolishing all tariffs on imports. B, imposing a new round of broad tariffs on key trading partners. C, replacing the dollar with digital currency. D, nationalizing major U.S. tech firms.
A.
No, it's B, right? Yeah, B.
I'm going to go with B also.
Okay, so Mert says A, Ashley says B, Alex says B. Unfortunately, Mert, the correct answer is B. The Trump administration unveiled a fresh round of tariffs on major partners, including Europe, China, and India. So that was a big deal. Market went crazy for a little bit.
You heard the word
tariffs. How could you forget that, Mert?
Because I don't want to participate in this easy game. I don't see. It's going to end up as a tie.
So
anyway.
You throw it. So you just.
It's going to end up as a tie. So I'm just removing the tie from being a possibility.
That's it.
Wow.
Sure.
How chivalrous! How chivalrous of you. 3. Which conflict saw a fragile but highly significant ceasefire in 2025? India, Pakistan, Armenia, Azerbaijan, however you pronounce it, Israel, Hamas, North to South Korea. Which conflict saw a fragile but highly significant ceasefire? Mert?
Yeah, I'm going with C. C. Let's go with C.
C?
Yes, C for me.
I'm going to go with C for ceasefire.
Amen. You all got it right. After roughly 2 years of war, Israel and Hamas agreed to a ceasefire in 2025, mediated by the United States under the Trump administration.
And I couldn't even remember what the question was. I just guessed C, and I got lucky. See, that's how easy this game is. I just guessed that, and I got a point.
Tougher. Therefore, I was trying to make you comfortable. But what country, number 4, experienced a major youth-led uprising in 2025 that reshaped its domestic politics? What country experienced a major youth-led uprising in 2025? A, Sri Lanka. B, Nepal. 3, Thailand. D, Myanmar.
I'm going to say B.
Alex says B.
Well, we all know it's D. It's D. That's the one. I remember this one.
D.
It's D.
And Ashley?
I'm going to go with, I'm going to go with the C. Why not? When you don't know, always go with C.
Well, believe it or not, the correct answer was B, and only Alex got it right.
Good for you,
Wow.
Alex.
In 2025, Nepal saw one of the most intense uprisings in decades, driven largely by Gen Z protesters.
Myanmar was last year, I think. That was their thing last year, was they had something going on.
Very good.
Yep.
So, see, they're getting tougher now, Mert. Now, which country's political trajectory in 2025 was shaped by the aftermath of mass protests that ousted its longtime leader? What country's political trajectory was strongly shaped by mass protests that outed its longtime leader? Ready? This is 5 now. A, Bangladesh. B, Venezuela. C, Turkey. D, Nigeria. See, it's getting tough. Go ahead, guys.
All right, B.
Mert says B.
I'm stuck between A and D, actually. I don't know why.
Well, they say go with your first answer. Don't they always say that? So
A?
pick one. She says A.
I'm also going with A.
So you both cheated.
No,
You
what?
both cheated. The
No.
correct answer was A.
No, that was literally a lucky guess.
I know. I was trying to throw it to you, but Mert, you're off again. So far, what do we have? We have 2 right for Mert. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 for Ashley.
Yes, and Alex
1,
is
2,
in the
3,
lead.
4, 5. Alex in the lead. Amazing. So Bangladesh entered 2025 under an interim government formed after mass protests in 2024 forced out the prime minister, ending roughly 15 years in power. Okay, number 6. I told you it was going to get tough, Mert. Number 6. Here we go. If I can find the page. Which region remained a central focus of international concern in 2025 due to continued war and stalled peace efforts despite new diplomatic initiatives? Okay. A, the Korean Peninsula. B, Eastern Ukraine. C, the South China Sea. D, the Balkans.
B?
As that Ashley said B. Okay. Mert.
A. Let's go with A. I don't even remember the choices, but let's go with A.
That was Korean Peninsula. Alex?
I'm going to go with B also.
Ukraine.
My goodness, Alex is on a roll today. The Russian-Ukraine War, B, continued to reshape the political landscape. The United States helped lead a peace roadmap, yada, yada. In fact, Zelensky met with Trump today in Mar-a-Lago. Hopefully they're a step closer to
That's
peace.
actually how I know, because we keep on talking about it.
Yeah, I know. Hopefully they're a step closer. Now, Mert should do really well now. Ready for this, guys? Super Bowl shenanigans.
Oh, no.
Come on, Mert.
Travis Kelce. That's all my answers. There you go.
Who headlined the halftime show that became the most watched in history, drawing over 133 million viewers? Ready?
This year?
A. Taylor Swift.
No, that's not happening.
B. Kendrick Lamar. C. Usher. D. Rihanna.
B.
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 Oh, yeah, B. Yeah, I'm going to go with B, too.
I love Kendrick, so yes, I know that one.
And you all got a point there. It was Kendrick Lamar. He headlined the Super Bowl halftime show in New Orleans, February 9th, 2025. His
Made
performance drew
Drake's
133.5 million viewers, making it the most watched halftime show in history, Mert, surpassing Michael Jackson's 1993 record.
Why don't we have Ashley sing some Kendrick Lamar right
No,
now?
no. First of all, that's rapping, and I don't rap.
Well, I thought you were supposed to love the guy.
I do love him. That's all I know, though.
Okay, so far, Alex, you're doing extremely well. All right, ready for Grammy Glory?
Ooh.
Which artist snagged Album of the Year? A. Taylor Swift. B. Billie Eilish. I don't know how you say that name.
Eilish.
Yeah. Beyonce. Chapel Rowan.
Ooh. C.
Snagged Album of the Year.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
say
see, I'm
also.
gonna go with the young lady. I mean, she should get this right. So
Alex.
I'm gonna go with C.
It's Beyonce. It's C.
Jesus. Give yourself an award there. At the 67th Annual Grammy Awards, which was held in February of 2025.
That was her first time winning Album of the Year, too, actually.
Beyonce won Album of the Year for Cowboy
Carter, yeah.
That was her first win in the category, as Ashley said, after years of nominations. So, Alex...
It's like Leonardo DiCaprio actually winning the award.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 to 7 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So... 8, 7, Ashley, 5, Mert. Is that right? Ashley, you're keeping score.
6. Oh, hold on. 1, 2, 3.
Well,
Yeah, I think
Seven.
that's right. Yep.
I have
Ask
7.
for
I don't
it.
have 8. Alex probably has one more than me, so he has 8.
Yeah, there you go.
That's right.
Yeah. Mert has
Oscar
4.
overnights. Since you're talking about Oscars, what film swept the Oscars with 5 wins, including Best Picture and Best Actress? Ready? The Brutalist. B, that's A. B, Amelia Perez. C, Honora. D, Wicked. Which one won 5?
Wicked did not win anything.
Wicked.
Did not win anything that year or this year.
You could be trying to throw me off.
No,
You
it
could be
did
trying
not.
to
I think it's
play
Nora,
games.
but Wicked wasn't going to win. Maybe this year, but not this coming up.
Well, wait a
It wasn't
minute.
gonna.
There's got to be a judge. She can't do stuff like that. She can't tell me my answer's wrong.
All
So
right,
you got to
you're
stop.
D.
Put a stop to
So
this,
you're
judge.
D.
You can't let her
so
do
let's
that.
keep it D. What's your Ashley? No cheating.
I
What's
think it
your-
was Nora, but I can't be too sure. I just know Wicked wasn't one of it.
Okay, C.
Hey, waiting
and
for part
Alex?
2.
I'm gonna go with the Brutalist. A.
Brutalist, maybe actually. I'm trying to remember.
Wow, this is the first one Alex got wrong. The correct answer is Honora.
Ah.
Yes, Sean Baker's Honora won Best Picture at the 97th Academy Awards on March 2nd of 2025. Oh boy, this is starting to get hot now.
That was
She
my
should be
category.
deducted a point. She should be deducted a
Why? No,
point
that's my-
for trying to influence the competition.
What
That
the- I was
shouldn't be
telling-
allowed. That's not good.
Influence.
That's not
You
good
would have gotten the
game etiquette.
answer wrong.
Yeah, but
Either
she
way.
did get the answer wrong. But she was trying to help you, bro.
Actually, yeah.
That's not good game etiquette. I was going to go with Honora, but because she tried
Oh,
to
no,
throw
you
me
said
off,
Wicked.
I stuck with Wicked.
Oh,
So she's playing games here. I don't like that. That should be a minus a point.
I'm so sorry.
All right, we'll have to take an appeal. We don't have time today because it's a live show. Number 10, box office blockbusters. Ready? Which animated sequel dominated the global box office in 2025, becoming one of the highest grossing films ever.
We're talking
Okay,
my language.
here we go. A, Lilo and Stitch. B, it's a Chinese name, I can't pronounce it. Nezha-2, Nezha-2, Nezha-2. C, Zootopia 2. D, Moana 2.
Oh, Zootopia.
Zootopia is C
Zootopia.
for Ashley. Alex?
I'm going to go with Moana, too.
Nope.
D. And Mert?
B, but she's making little comments. She's throwing me off.
Now, B is the Chinese one.
Language,
you're going with the Chinese one?
I'm surprised you didn't say K-pop Demon Hunters, actually.
Why are you going with the Chinese one? But that's B, right? Mert.
I guess. I don't even remember what the answers were, but yeah, I'm going to go with B.
That was a guess. Well, believe it or not, Mert got it right.
He did.
China's Nazi 2, whatever, grossed $2.15 billion.
You see what she did? She was saying no to that one. And if I would have went with her,
I'm very curious. I'm very curious why K-pop Demon Hunters wasn't actually on there.
Game just because of that. I should be declared the winner of this game just because of
Mer's
those
a
type
sore
of
loser.
Yeah, among other things, yeah. By the way, it grossed $2.15 billion worldwide, making it the highest-grossing non-English animated film ever. Now, released in summer 2025, it outperformed Disney's Zootopia, which was your choice, right?
Yeah, it just came out, so maybe that's one of the reasons why.
It outperformed Zootopia, which Zootopia made 1.13. So 2.15 to 1.13. Amazing stuff, right?
And yet
so far now, I hope you're keeping track.
Yes.
Next, number 11. How much time do we have, Alex?
We got about 3 minutes or so.
Okay. Tour de Force. Which legendary band topped rock tours with a massive $464 million take in 2025? Mert, you have to know this. A, Imagine Dragons. B, Coldplay. C, Iron Maiden. D, Linkin Park. Which one earned 464?
B.
Ashley says
B.
I'm going to go with A.
A. Mert says A. Alex?
I'm going to go with B.
B. The correct answer is Coldplay. B. It grossed the $464 million from 59 shows, topping Billboard's rock charts.
And it ended a couple marriages.
I'm black. Listen, everybody. I'm black. That's not my wheelhouse.
No, the only way I know that is because of the meme.
So who's winning? Who's winning, Ashley?
I think
I'm winning. Alex is disqualified, and Ashley's disqualified for influencing the contestants.
Wait.
That's
and
not
in
fair.
Mert's honor, which innovative title won GOTY at the Game Awards 2025, sweeping multiple
Game
categories?
of
the Year? Game of the Year.
Okay.
Ready? A, Death Standing. B, Claire Obscure Expedition 33. Hades 2, C, and Grand Theft Auto. Come on, this is the Game
Wait,
Awards.
what number Grand Theft Auto?
Number D, number 6.
Number 6?
Yeah. So A, Death Standing 2. B,
A.
Claire Obscure. C, Hades 2. D, Grand Theft Auto 6. Mert, you've got to get this right.
A.
No, because I don't think you're listing these correctly, so it's very confusing. But I'm going to go with C.
I think A. Either way, I know it's definitely not the last one.
Ashley says A, and Alex.
I'm going to go with
one.
C.
Hades 2. None of you got it right. The correct answer was Claire Obscure Expedition 33, won Game of the Year at the Game Awards 2025. So, let's declare a winner. Ashley, who won today's game of the Looking Back at 2025? And I
Mert.
think it's Mert. Mert's the winner. Congratulations, winner.
Actually, me and Alex, I think, are tied.
Is that true?
See, they're in the studio together, so that's just conspiracy.
Are you saying we're triangulating?
Conspiracy.
That's the headlines we loved, the ones we tolerated, and the ones we're still pretending we understand. If you aced the quiz, congratulations. If you didn't, there's next year. Thanks for playing along. Now, we're not playing. This is episode 77 of Shake It Off with Mert and Lucas Live. With me in the studio, Alex Garrett, Ashley Ferranti, Mert Roberts. We all love you, and we thank you for supporting our program. Without you, we're nothing. When we come back, we'll be joined by Dr. Cristi Bundukamara. She's a psychiatric nurse and founder of the Mentally Strong movement. She's got a great book, In Pain and Purpose, My Journey of Mental Strength. Stay tuned. Me, Murd, Alex, Gabby, Dr. B, all of us will be back after these messages.
Over the last 30 years, Newman Ferrara, a New York City law firm, has evolved into a national practice focused on real estate, commercial, litigation, civil rights, class actions, and other complex litigation, representing many of the city's largest property owners, managing agents, and thousands of tenants. Newman Ferrara handles some of the nation's most significant class actions and civil rights matters. Newman Ferrara at 1250 Broadway in New York City. Go online to newmanferrara.com. That's newmanferrara.com. Listen to the firm's name partner, Lucas Ferrara, every Saturday at 10 a.m. on Dottie Herman's longest-running real estate radio program, Eye on Real Estate, on AM 970. A real estate lawyer for 35 years, Lucas is a professor at New York Law School and is also a published author with books on real estate and New York's landlord-tenant law. Tune in Saturdays at 10 a.m. to hear Lucas's unique perspective and advice on Eye on Real Estate.
Trish Regan provides the analysis you need each day on the Trish Regan podcast.
The Democrats getting so desperate, first of all, had the quote-unquote seditious six with their video saying, oh, don't follow illegal orders. It was just kind of a weird thing to do, right? Because it's not like the president has done anything illegal, but they're trying to effectively sow chaos.
Subscribe today on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, Rumble, or at SalemPodcastNetwork.com.
Nowadays, when a lot of food is good and expensive, Michael's of Brooklyn is something that's just plain good. And if you want the best homemade Italian food, then you must get to Michael's of Brooklyn, Avenue R off Nostrand Avenue. Say hello to Fred and tell him Kevin McCullough sent you here to eat fantastic, fresh pasta. And if you can't get to Michael's of Brooklyn, then how about joining the Sauce of the Month Club? You get a different jar of Michael's of Brooklyn pasta sauce and homemade pasta and biscotti each month for 6 months. Each month, receive exquisite sauces ranging from arrabbiata to puttanesca, and of course, the fresh marinara. They're family-owned and operated, and I can attest to the authenticity of every one of their recipes. That's why it's stacked in my pantry. Everything is made completely from scratch. Even the sauce they sell in the grocery stores nationwide. They make it right there at Michael's of Brooklyn. So visit michaelsofbrooklyn.com and join the Sauce of the Month Club. That's michaelsofbrooklyn.com or call 718-998-7851. Michael's of Brooklyn, serving the community since 1964.
Feel like you're trying to push a boulder uphill wearing skates? If you run or manage a local business today, you're challenged like never before. We get it, and we want to help. We're Salem Surround. We're a full-service marketing agency that'll help you increase your customer base by designing incredibly effective plans to reach your consumers day, night, and everywhere they might be.
If you're a local business and want to see what Salem Surround can do for you, Google Salem Surround New York. Remember to Google Salem Surround New York today.
Welcome back to Shake It Off with Mert and Lucas, live on AM 970, The Answer.
Interesting choice, Alex. What's that one called?
All right, this is called Pain Overcome by Contra.
Great choice. Pain Overcome. Particularly given our next guest. But before we get to Dr. Cristi Bundukamara, I wanted to talk about the pain of Mert's loss to Ashley and Alex. During the break, I was reminded that Ashley and Alex tied at 9, and Mert suffered a blowing defeat.
That's false.
6. That's
false.
6.
That's false.
Mert is protesting to judges, claiming that the contest was fixed and that Ashley cheated. And I don't know. We're going to have to see.
He even said there was a conspiracy here. Okay.
Yeah, I think that there was
all kind of shenanigans going on behind the scenes, and it was to my detriment. So I'm declaring myself the winner, and that's the end of it.
Well, let's get to our guest. Dr. B is a psychiatric nurse practitioner, educator, and founder of the Mentally Strong movement, a former Army medic with more than 2 decades of clinical experience. She built her career on translating complex mental health principles into clear, practical strategies that help people reclaim control of their thoughts, emotions, and choices. Her work blends evidence-based psychology with the hard-won wisdom of lived experience, a combination that has made her a sought-after speaker, coach, and mental strength educator. Dr. B's life has been shaped by extraordinary adversity. Over the course of 17 years, she endured the loss of 3 children, a journey she chronicles in her memoir, Pain and Purpose, My Journey of Mental Strength, her most recent and most personal book. In it, she reveals how she transformed unimaginable grief into a framework for healing, the Mentally Strong Method, a simple, visual, and empowering approach that teaches individuals to map their thoughts, label their feelings, and make intentional daily decisions that build resilience. Her mission is to turn pain into purpose, equipping people with the tools to navigate grief, overcome adversity, and build a life defined not by circumstance, but by strength. Welcome to the program, Dr. B. It's an honor and pleasure having you on.
Thank you. What a beautiful intro. I really appreciate that.
Well, your life inspires. I mean, you've had some challenges, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about, about your background as a Navy nurse, where you met your late husband, and your background as a nurse practitioner, and how you and your husband built your diverse family. Could you give us a little bit of a backstory?
Yeah, I joined the Army as a medic when I was 17 years old and knew I wanted to make an impact on the world. You met my husband, got out, got married, had 2 children, adopted 5 children from the foster care system.
Wow.
And really knew that I wanted to make an impact in the world. Little did I know that the world would have a major impact on me before I could be able to teach others.
And that was, Doc, if I may ask?
Say that again, I'm sorry?
So what impact did the world have on you? Tell us.
Well, as you said, I've lost 3 children and my husband over the course of 17 years. And just the grief, the trauma, the hardship, raising 7 children in the midst of all that, losing your battle with degenerative disease, having sudden death happen, all while trying to, maintain myself and help others.
That must have been incredibly difficult. So how did you find strength, Doc? Where did you find the strength?
So the first thing is I knew I had to do it. So like that never give up mentality. But I think it's often misused. When I lost my first son in a drowning accident back in 2005, I did like most people do when hardship happens. I push through. And, I know lots of people out there, maybe they've lost businesses, lost relationships, lost, maybe even lost someone that they love. And they just kind of push through. And that worked for 10 years. But when I lost my son in 2016, I knew I had to figure out, how do you actually have real mental strength and not just pushing through and grit? I think that we tell people mental strength is like this grit and resilience, and no matter what happens to you, you're going to be okay. But what we're really doing is teaching people to suppress the reality of the pains of this world.
And that's not healthy, right, Doc?
Right. Well, we all have a threshold. We all have a threshold where we can't do it anymore. And we see that with ourselves. We see that in the news when horrible things happen, or somebody has a nervous breakdown, or somebody, makes a choice that is a lasting negative consequence in their life. It's all because they hit that limit where you can't just push through anymore, and life, crashes.
Now, Doc, this is
Doc, it's the Burdinator. It's the Burdinator, Doc. Be careful.
Now, Lucas has a bunch of very serious questions, and I wish he would have let me go first, because I would like your help as a doctor, because I would like to know what would make my coworkers, what would make them conspire against me to win a trivia game. It was obvious there was a fix, and I would like to know what would make them do that, because we have a doctor here who can diagnose this and come up with a solution so that they don't try to beat me, because I'm just an innocent guy in this. I didn't deserve that.
Well, it's actually, I can tell you it's one of two things. Either it's their ego trying to feed themselves, or you are delusional.
Whoa. I think that's that first one, Doc. I think it's the first one, Doc.
Alex, A or B?
Doc.
I think it's B, Alex.
I think it's B.
See, the fix is in again. You see,
Give
the fix
the doctor
is in.
a winning bell, please.
The fix is in. But, Doc, I'm glad you're on the show, because...
There you go, Doc. You won. Yes.
But I'm glad you're on the show. I'm glad you're on the show, Doc, because this is something that I'm very passionate about, is people overcoming.
Losing.
No. I won the contest. So we're good. The doc already said it. The doc already said you guys had an ego, so we're going to leave that alone. But I'm very passionate about people overcoming hardships. And the question I would have for you is, would it be correct to say that you've gotten over that tragedy that you dealt with, or does it still affect you, but you just channeled it in a different direction?
So I think getting over something is like a trigger word for a lot of people who have gone through hardship, and this is one of the big things with PTSD, especially for our veterans coming home. But acknowledging that experience changes who you are, but it doesn't have to change who you are to a negative. Like, you can find the new you that's bigger and better.
Amen.
And so, yes, it defines you, it changes you, but it doesn't have to ruin your life.
Yeah, that's tough, because a lot of times people lose things that they feel like make them valuable people, or make them more valuable. Like, you lose a job, or you lose your wife, and you feel like that was my identity. Where do I start from now, or how do I start over? So that is challenging.
But the wallowing in self-pity, isn't that what brings comfort to many people, Doc?
Well, there's this false belief that their situation is different. I can't. I mean, I've had so many people come up to me and say, I don't know how you do it. I can't. And they've lost one child, or they've lost a spouse, and I'm like, but you can. But there's part of it that is a choice. It is okay to acknowledge and feel your pain and not wallow in it. Like, there's, like, both can be true. And I think we either don't give space for someone to feel the pain, or we, tell them that, they have this diagnosis for the rest of their life because they went through this experience.
Doc, I have a question, and you can, finish up the answer, because we're about to come up to a break pretty soon. But I would like to know, what would your advice be to people who their identities become wrapped up in other people? For example, somebody who's just a mother, and all of a sudden, we don't have to have tragedy, but all of a sudden, it's an empty nester type of situation. Right. And all your life, you've been a mother. So what would your advice be to those type of situations? Or you could have experienced tragedy such as yourself. What would be your advice? Because I have some ideas, but I'd like to hear from you.
We just have a minute, Doc. Go ahead.
Okay, well, we always talk about loving yourself, but most people don't even know who they are. So you have to know yourself to like yourself in order to love yourself. So you have to get in and figure out who you are.
But I'm a mother. I'm a mother. That makes me who I am. I love my kids.
That is a role that you play. It's not who you are.
Ooh, I like that one. That's a good one right there. That's a good one.
So you're saying Mert needs extensive psychotherapy, Doc?
She didn't say that. She said mother is a role.
I think she applied it. All right, she's not rolling. She's not going for it. All right, Doc, I think that was safe. You have the right to remain silent. But Doc, we have to we have a quick commercial break. But we have no fear. When we return, Dr. Cristi Bundukamara, also known as Dr. B, will rejoin us for more. her work, check out her website, mentallystrong.com. Mentallystrong.com. Her book, Pain and Purpose, My Journey of Mental Strength, is on Amazon, wherever books are sold. Of course, we'll have links on our website. Mert, Alex, Gabby, Dr. B, and I hope you'll stay right where you are, because after the break, Dr. B shows us why pain may be inevitable, but staying stuck in it, now that's optional.
Over the last 30 years, Newman Ferrara, a New York City law firm, has evolved into a national practice focused on real estate, commercial, litigation, civil rights, class actions, and other complex litigation, representing many of the city's largest property owners, managing agents, and thousands of tenants. Newman Ferrara handles some of the nation's most significant class actions and civil rights matters. Newman Ferrara at 1250 Broadway in New York City. Go online to newmanferrara.com. That's newmanferrara.com. Listen to the firm's name partner, Lucas Ferrara, every Saturday at 10 a.m. on Dottie Herman's longest-running real estate radio program, Eye on Real Estate, on AM 970. A real estate lawyer for 35 years, Lucas is a professor at New York Law School and is also a published author with books on real estate and New York's landlord-tenant law. Tune in Saturdays at 10 a.m. to hear Lucas's unique perspective and advice on Eye on Real Estate.
Whether you're preparing for exams, juggling family and career, or just looking to stay sharp as you age, Think Factor is here to help. Created by the same company that makes Relief Factor, Think Factor supports sharper focus, stronger recall, and clearer thinking. It's the natural way to give your brain the daily nutrients it needs for memory, attention, and even vibrant vision. Call 800-4RELIEF. 800, the number 4RELIEF, or visit ReliefFactor.com to learn more. Look, I was a little bit skeptical. I started taking Think Factor. After a few weeks, wow, my memory, my focus, my concentration, better than ever. And Think Factor results get better the longer it's taken. If you want to stay focused during demanding tasks, keep your memory strong, maintain mental energy for whatever's ahead, well, Think Factor is for you. Call 800-4RELIEF. 800, the number 4RELIEF, or visit ReliefFactor.com to learn more and order Think Factor. Your first bottle is just $19.95. Think Factor. Think clearer, perform better daily. Call 800-4RELIEF or visit ReliefFactor.com for Think Factor.
Unity Bank is dedicated to community-oriented banking and offers a full range of services, including business and personal accounts, business loans, and mortgages. Unity has locations throughout New Jersey and in Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania, expanding its footprint to 21 retail locations. If you're a small business owner, you know how frustrating it is to be a nobody at the big banks. You should be banking at a community bank like Unity. You can have a personal relationship with the president and CEO, my good friend Jim Hughes. Jim asks that you call him directly at 908-713-4306. 908-713-4306. Or send an email to james.hughes, Hughes, at unitybank.com, and Jim will get right back to you. You can't get this type of service at the big banks. Visit unitybank.com. FDIC insured, equal opportunity employer, and equal housing lender. Unity Bank, growing with you.
Welcome back to Shake It Off with Mert and Lucas, live on AM 970, The Answer.
Welcome back. We've been speaking with Dr. Cristi Bundukamara. She's a psychiatric nurse practitioner and creator of the Mentally Strong movement, known for turning mental health science into simple, actionable tools. In Pain and Purpose, My Journey of Mental Strength, she shares the losses that shaped her and the method that now helps people transform adversity into resilience. For more about Dr. B and her work, check out her website, mentallystrong.com, mentallystrong.com, and you'll find her book, Pain and Purpose, My Journey of Mental Strength, on Amazon or wherever books are sold. Of course, we'll have links posted on our website, shakeitofflive.com. Did I get that all right, Doc?
Yes, beautiful.
Now, Doc, Brooke, let me ask you a question. Do you provide therapy? Do you do counseling? How do people get a hold of you?
I run a 90-day program where you learn the Mentally Strong method. You get through how do you think efficiently? How do you think through your problems? How do you organize them? How do you realize what from your past is still impacting you today? How do you make better choices? And so that you can make that personal vision and move forward.
Wow. Is that remote or is that in person?
Both.
Oh, outstanding.
Yep.
So can I sign up, Mert, for it?
Yes.
Oh, here we go.
I think Mert needs a little work. I mean, nothing personal or nothing. Anyway, Doc, when readers finish this book, what is the one feeling or insight you hope they walk away with? I know Mert wants to ask you a question, but I wanted to ask you that. What's the one feeling or insight you hope that people walk away with?
That they can, actually be confident that they have mental strength, that they can find joy and hope in any situation. I know now that regardless of what life throws at me, I can handle it. Not only handle it, but I can find a way to find joy again.
Amen. Amen. Mert, you had a question for the Doc.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. As the champion of the 25 AM 970 trivia competition.
The contest that you lost, yes, go ahead.
I just would like to ask, what is it dangerous to try to cut off the ability to feel pain? Because I could envision some people ignoring how they feel about certain situations because they want to be mentally tough. But can you be too tough and, get out of whack in that direction as well? Become heartless.
Absolutely. And we see a lot of this in military-type PTSD because a compartmentalized brain, when you are in war, you have to compartmentalize. You can't think about your feelings and how you feel, right? That would put you in danger. And so they are trained to compartmentalize and get the job done. But the mental health concerns don't happen when they're deployed, right? They actually often, research says that they, sign up for second and third and fourth deployments, even though they experienced horrible trauma. Because in that setting, they excel by compartmentalizing.
So would it be safe? Would it be safe to wait until you go through tragedy, or what's the balance between? If somebody reads your book, will they be taught the balance of, do I develop this now or do I have to go through something to develop this mindset?
Let's teach it everywhere, all the way down to our children. We don't teach mental strength anywhere. We talk about it being a positive attribute, but we don't teach it anywhere. We started teaching mental health, but I think that's backfiring a little bit. We got younger and younger children, talking about depression and suicidality and some of these horrible things. When I was 8 years old, I didn't know what that word meant. And now we have 8-year-olds. And so the teaching on mental health has backfired a little bit. We need to teach mental strength. What does that mean? How do you think about your emotions? How do they impact, the decisions that you make each day? How does your environment impact you without placing blame on environment, right? We don't say, I grew up poor, we had a hard life, and so that's why I'm like this, right? No, it impacts who you are, right? It did mold you a little bit, but it doesn't have to define you. So we should be teaching this, all the way from children, way before we have some horrible traumatic thing happen to us. We have many people who have not gone through any kind of horrible trauma.
Absolutely. And that's who I'm
they're depressed and anxious, and they have all kinds of. Okay,
Doc, that's who I'm thinking of, Doc. I'm thinking of somebody who's just going through life, and everything is just going, well, but they still want to do more. But for some reason they can't get over the hurdle. So I'm trying to find out what's the solution for them, because it's easier to find people who are going through something traumatic You could find that. But the people who haven't really gone through anything, and they might feel like, well, I don't have any excuse. I didn't lose. I still have both my parents. I still have all my children. So those are the ones that I'm really concerned with, because I think if we get those people right, the average will come up in society as a whole.
Yeah. And I mean, we know that over 50% of people go through divorce. Divorce is a pretty significant loss. It's often a betrayal loss. And there's all of these emotions and feelings around it. And they're focusing on the divorce or the end of a relationship when it's actually a accumulation of lots of things in their life that they have not dealt with.
Hey, Doc, I want to steal something from your book. What's a practical tool from your book that our listeners can start using today to find strength and resilience and prepare for tragedy or trauma, as you said, to start laying the foundation for proper mental health?
So
is there a tool?
The differentiator with what I teach is that we have to organize and separate things. Oftentimes, well, every time somebody is going through something, like a loss of a child, a divorce, coming back from deployment, and there is grief, there's injury, some people call it trauma, there's anxiety, there's, behaviors and choices, and all of these things, and then there's negative thoughts. These things need to be separated. Because they're dealt with differently. When I started my journey of self-development, I would read these books that be like, just think positive and positive things will happen. If your reality will be shaped by how you talk to yourself. That is somewhat true, but it is not true in real life, right? So our negative thoughts do need to change into positive thoughts, but that's not going to help our grief, our trauma, our anxieties, right? Those things need to be dealt with differently, and we often allow them to be enmeshed. And so the first secret is separating those things and dealing with them separately. Going back to the divorced person, right? They're angry at an injustice or betrayal of their spouse. But then the negative talk that they have, well, if I was prettier, if I was smarter, if I was this, or if, that's negative thoughts, and that can be changed with positive thoughts. But the hurt and the trauma and the injury and the injustice needs to be dealt with differently. And so learning to untangle that enmeshment is the number one secret.
Now, Doc, we only have a few minutes left. How do you help people who feel stuck emotionally, mentally, spiritually, take that first step forward? What's your secret?
Never give up on yourself, right? And this goes, in extreme cases all the way to suicidality, to even just people who are living day to day with no care for themselves, right? Finding the energy within you, because someone can't give that to you. You have to find it in yourself to want something more for yourself.
And that's what therapy can help as well achieve, no, Doc?
Mm-hmm. Well, and I do more of a teaching model. Therapy can definitely help in those things. I do a teaching model. I teach you to be mentally strong rather than you depending on me to help you.
And they should find some helpful advice in the book as well. But unfortunately, Dr. B, believe it or not, we've run out of time. It was an absolute pleasure. Did that time just flew by? I'm sorry that...
Yes, you guys are so fun. Thank you.
He was stuck in his loss of that the contest.
I won that
about
contest.
Dr. B. Dr. B and her work. Check out her website, mentallystrong.com. You'll find her book, Pain and Purpose, My Journey of Mental Strength, on Amazon or wherever books are sold. And, of course, we'll have links posted on our website, shakeitofflive.com. Dr. B, thank you, and please have a blessed new year. Continue the great work.
Yes, thank you. All right, bye-bye.
Well, Well, my friends, that concludes show number 77. May I hear an amen? Amen. Special thanks to the Mertonator, Mert Roberts, my co-host. 77 amazing episodes. That's 154 hours of live entertainment. If you think that's easy, you give it a try. And to Alex Garrett and Gabby Pisani, who's home. We love you, Gabby. Thank you. Couldn't have done it without you. Special shout out to Ashley Ferranti, who played our game. She's in master control. Thank you. And to everyone behind the scenes, we love you. Before we go, I'd like to remind everyone, check out my movies. They're streaming everywhere. My latest hit is Manor of Darkness. If you like time loop horror, you'll find it on Google, Amazon, and YouTube. Also look for my other movies as well. Oh, and if you're listening to us live, next up is Culinary Confidential with the great Christina Gates. It's a great program for those of you who are into food, foodies, or hospitality. I love the show. You won't want to miss it. Join us next week. We'll have more controversial topics and more special guests just for you. As we close out the show, we hope you or your new year comes with fewer headaches, more laughter to keep things interesting.
The preceding program is sponsored by Shake It Off Live, LLC.
Hey girl, yes, you. You are seen, you are loved, and you were made for more. Created especially for teen girls, chart-topping Christian artist Ann Wilson invites you to her 40-day devotional, Hey Girl, through honest stories, scripture, and journal prompts. Ann talks about real struggles, comparison, insecurity, doubt, and faith, reminding you that God is always near and fighting for you. Hey Girl, from K-Love Books. Get your copy today at klove.com/books.